Hello, friends, and welcome back to 20 Questions With. For those of you who are new here, this is my fun way of introducing you to new costumers and costubers by asking them 20 silly questions. Today, we are talking to none other than Bernadette Banner. Welcome to my channel, Bernadette.
Thank you for having me. It's so official.
It is so, although you've been on my channel before. I have many fun videos with Bernadette. I will link them down below. We had costume college things. We went to the fabric district in New York. No, it's not called that. It's called the garment district.
Yes.
Every district has a different name. Okay. I wish they would all just call it. Yeah, it doesn't. Everybody knows what you mean. All right. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself? I think this is like the dumbest question ever. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your channel?
Hi. I have a channel where I sew stuff.
Yeah.
I prefer to sew things. I don't want to say I'm strictly like experimental archaeology, but I tend to sew things using the I hate the word historically accurate, using the historically appropriate methods. And I work usually pre-World War I. So once the electric sewing machine is a thing, I lose interest.
Yeah. And also Bernadette is one of the very few of us that's job is to do that.
Yes.
All right. Are you ready for 20 questions?
I am so ready for this.
Okay. What is the weirdest thing you've ever had to do on a job?
Oh, I was the fit model for an omelet costume. But it wasn't an omelet yet. So it was just, I don't really remember. I don't remember what it was. It was like, this was like 8 o'clock at night and the director had got back to us saying, actually, at the end of the show, there's like 4 weeks until the opening night. He's like, let's have everyone come out in omelet costumes. And we're like, guess we need to figure out how this works. And I'm roughly the build of a Broadway dancer. So they were like, okay, you stand there. We're going to wrap you in all these different ways to see how we can make an omelet costume.
Okay, when you said it wasn't an omelet yet, I'm like, was it like just eggs and like not scallions and mushrooms and stuff?
Well, they all come out tap dancing as eggs. And
okay.
they quick change into the omelet costume.
I see.
I probably know what show I'm talking about now.
I see. Okay, that's very funny. What did you want to be when you grew up?
At what stage in life? From the earliest remembered point. At first, I wanted to be a filmmaker.
Oh, wow.
And then I wanted to be a costume designer.
Oh, well, you kind of got both of your wishes. You have 5 minutes to hide a paperclip in your home. A detective is hired to find it. If he fails, you get $10,000 reward. I should make this money higher. You get $100,000 as a reward. Where do you hide the paperclip?
Can I throw it out the window?
You have 5 minutes to hide it in your home.
Oh, okay. I slot it through the HVAC. Because behind the HVAC, immediately behind is still technically my unit.
Yep.
Because you can't get back there too.
Yeah.
Without ripping out the wall.
So I would straighten it out and put it in the underwire in my bra.
Ah.
Because he's not going to go check in there.
Oh, that's so smart.
Yeah, I'm getting that 100,000.
Yeah. Good.
What is one book you've always wanted to read but didn't get around to it?
Wuthering Heights.
Oh, yeah. I've actually not read that.
It's been in my TBR pile for literally like 15 years. I've moved with it. It's come everywhere with me. One day, I'll read it.
Why haven't you read it?
It's just like, it's a fixture of my TBR pile now. So it's like, I'll read this new thing. I mean,
it's tradition.
There are also like 50 other books on my TBR, so everything shuffles around and that one just stays at the bottom.
Yeah, okay. That's fair. What is something that a lot of people are missing out on because they don't know about it?
Can I say dress history?
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't a recognized field really until a couple of, decades ago.
I'm like months ago.
As a field, but
yeah,
as like a public entity, probably a couple of years ago.
Yeah. Bernadette Banner, what do you think about garden gnomes?
I mean, great if that's your jam. I don't have a garden, so I can't say I'm very experienced in the realm of garden gnomes.
If you could choose your dreams, what would you prefer to dream about?
Things with nice lighting. I don't care what it is. As long as I'm like on the ground,
Uh-huh.
the feeling is nice. But like, as long as like things are calm and nicely lit.
Do you have a stupid human trick? If so, what is it?
Well, I don't bend, right?
Okay, yeah.
I mean, if I just sort of like relax into my natural position, I'm just sort of like this. That's not a trick though.
Yeah, that's true.
But every once in a while, I'll just be like, sitting there and be like, wow, that's not supposed to be there.
What works of art have really made an impression on you?
I'm trying to pick one.
No, it's works. You can say more than one.
So, John Singer Sargent is one of my favorite painters. First of all, I just love his portraiture. They look so real and alive, but like everyone has a... That's ridiculous. There's this one portrait in the Met. She's really tall. It's the woman with the white flower or something. That's not the name of the painting, but she's right next to Madame X is the point. And everyone goes to see Madame X because everyone's like, oh, she's the pretty lady. But right next to her is this portrait. The face of the woman looks exactly like someone I knew once, someone that I like respected. So I was like, oh, wow. But not when you look at it on like Google Images. This is the most boring answer. When you look at it on Google Images, when it's like flat, it doesn't. But when you look at it standing in front of it, because she's so tall looking up, perspective is all. Yeah. Anyway, that was a boring answer.
Everybody thinks their answers are boring, but they're not. They're like actually super fascinating. What was something that you thought would be easy until you tried it?
I can think of a lot of things that I thought would be hard, and then I did them and they were not hard.
Yeah.
Starting a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
People think, oh, you just turn on the camera and start filming stuff, and then all of a sudden, people start following you.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, you do just turn on the camera and start filming stuff, and then you post it to YouTube, and then your mom watches it. Yeah.
I mean, it's a combination of things. It's the production aspect of it, but then it's also like you don't realize how much work it is.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's also like, wow, I didn't realize the mental repercussions of this. Like, I was not prepared to deal with this mentally. Not that it's a bad thing, but it's just, wow, this is not what I thought it was going to be.
It is not what I thought it was going to be either, for sure. If you could meet any historical figure and ask them only one question, who would it be and what would you ask?
Bertha Banner.
Are we related?
No, I want to pick out like one Victorian sewing question.
Were there pockets?
No, of course there were pockets. We have evidence of that.
Yeah.
I would want to ask her something practical, like about her dress. So like something along the lines of like, in what order do you put on your clothes?
Okay.
Like I'm using this opportunity to collect some data.
Yeah.
But also because I just want to meet Bertha Banner.
Okay. You're like, is it really boots first and then corset?
Yeah, I would actually want to ask her about like her opinions on corsetry.
Yeah.
She'd probably look at me like,
what are your opinions on wearing underwear?
Exactly.
Yeah, because that's what that is.
But that's all I need. That's the only answer that I need. Just her like incredulous look. That question of like, oh, okay, I see. That question's like asking about your underwear.
Yeah. What luxury is totally worth the price?
You know what? You asked this question on Morgan Donner's Q&A, and I was watching hers for research, and I was like, oh, gosh, I don't know. Because then you get into the whole philosophical debate about what is luxury, like what do you actually need in your life? Because I would argue books are a necessity, but technically you don't actually need them to live. So in that case, I would say books are a necessary luxury.
Are they worth the price?
Yes.
Okay.
Especially like...
What is a luxury to you? Since you think that books are a necessity for life, what is a luxury to you that you would pay for?
Oh, living alone. I will gouge a significant portion of my paycheck to live alone.
If I wasn't married, I would hardcore go in on that one. I always lived alone when I wasn't.
I'm like, living alone.
Yeah.
It's like number one priority.
Yeah.
I will skimp on the grocery bill. I will turn off the utilities, but I must be alone.
Yeah. I want my own bathroom. Damn it.
Yes. Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. Have you ever had an imaginary friend?
I have tried to have imaginary friends, but I'm not very good at it. Like, I forget she's there. Like, drawn them up and come up with names and like made up characters for them, except I don't actually remember to like maintain the imaginary friend. That has like introvert problems.
This is the best answer ever given on this channel to any question ever. Oh, okay. What book or movie do you wish you could experience for the first time again?
The Miniaturist.
Oh.
That book was a ride.
Yeah?
I remember reading that book and just being riveted.
What's it about?
It's about this woman in 17th century Amsterdam. The long story short is she marries this rich guy. He's a bit off places, but he buys her this little miniature like version of their house. And she keeps getting these packages that are items in their house. And she's like, how did you know? And then she starts receiving some items that don't exist, but then they show up later. And then people die, and then people have wounds in them. It's really, I mean, there's an actual story, but that's like the framework of the story. It's just really like interesting world. I will say this book made the mistake of calling Stays a corset, and I overlooked it.
Wow.
Because I was like, I must just read.
So is it a horror book? Is it like a suspense thriller?
No, it's historical.
Oh.
But it's interesting because it's a bit commentary on modern stuff a little bit, but not, it's within the historic, like it's not unbelievable as in like it's not imposing like political correctness on, but it does deal with homosexuality and different races and the role of women. So like that's something I'm really interested in, like within the context of the 17th century, and how, because the whole household ends up being some sort of like outcast figure. Not really, but everyone's got their secret and their transgression, and it's just really interesting to see how they navigate that world.
I'm getting this book, like, immediately.
It's 10 out of 10 recommend.
All right. If aliens landed on Earth tomorrow and offered to take you home with them, would you go?
No.
I can't even imagine that.
I need home. I need stasis. I need normalcy. No. Thanks.
Yeah. I can also just see you standing there, like, asking them unbelievably intellectual, like, analytical questions about how their hyperdrive worked, and they're, like, just trying to figure out how to communicate to you. And they're like, we don't know, we just operate this ship. Like, some scientist made this, and you're just like, I need to talk to that scientist.
But how does it work? Like, how does it physically travel?
Yeah, and where are your clothes? Why do you not need clothes?
What's the precise, like, agenda? What time are we getting to this new planet? Like, the schedule.
I will ask you the question that I asked Constance. You can have an unlimited supply of one thing for the rest of your life. What is it? Sushi, scotch tape, what? Tweed.
But like nice tweed. It has to be like a warm shade, because a lot of tweeds are like cooler in tone, and cool is not my color palette. It has to be like a nice warm, like red.
Yeah,
like
I agree with that one. Yeah. If you're gonna have tweed, it needs to be that one. Man, have I looked at a lot of bad tweed.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, and a lot of tweed incorporates like blues and cool greens, which like is cool, but it's not my jam. Same.
You showed in one of your Patreon videos, I think, some beautiful, bougie, expensive red tweed. It's like
this one. It's the one I just held up.
Yeah. That shiz is heckin' expensive, and I want it hardcore.
Oh, luxuries that are worth it. Harris tweed. Good fabric, nice fabric.
There is no tweed that looks like that tweed that's even close, that is that good of a tweed. It doesn't exist. I've seen all the tweed now, and I have seen so much bad tweed.
Yes. 100% wool.
Yeah. Obviously. I might get that tweed. I haven't like brought myself to that place yet, but damn, that's beautiful. If you could have someone follow you around all the time, like a personal assistant, what would you have them do?
Go away.
Yeah, okay.
That's all I want. Leave me alone.
You wouldn't have them pack your Etsy orders?
Well, if they're in another room, maybe, but like,
Yeah.
I'd need another room.
So assume you have a person that you can tell to do whatever you want them to do. And they're not a slave. You're paying them a living wage, blah, blah, blah. You've made their ethically sourced clothing. It's all fine. They're also vegetarian. What would you have them do?
Okay, like if they could work for me, I will accept that. I would want someone to just answer all of my emails and messages and all of the correspondence, because I don't even answer my text messages from like family. That's how bad it is.
I feel kind of honored because you answer my text message. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm fancy. The zombie apocalypse is coming. What 3 items do you grab?
A stone, some thread, wait, I should probably like have food. Hold on, I'm just thinking practically because I'm like, how can I still maintain like sewing on the run?
What is the stone for?
Because if you split this, if you split the stone and it's rough on the edge, I guess I also need a bone because then I could just have a needle.
Yeah, you can have anything in your apartment. Up to and including your sewing kit.
So I can have my sewing kit full of sewing supplies. That's an item.
It's an item.
Okay, I will have my sewing kit full of my sewing supplies so that I can hand sew. Does it have to be in my apartment or can I materialize it? And it have to...
Let's just say you can materialize it.
Does it have to exist in this reality?
Yes.
Hermione's beaded bag.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, I would take like a backpack full of food.
Yeah.
And like a water bottle.
Yeah.
Does cell phone service still work?
I don't know how the zombie apocalypse works. I'm going to go towards the zombies. So.
Oh, see, I'm running away.
Yeah, I know.
A blanket. A blanket is my third.
Okay. So food, water, blanket.
Yeah.
Okay. That's solid. Yeah. I like biting people, so I feel like I should just go and be. And also, I don't want to live on the run.
I'm a zombie, right?
Yeah. I don't want to live on the run. That's like not my jam.
And neither do I.
I'm an aggressor, not an aggressee.
So like one of the things I would idealistically grab if I could would be like an injection of euthanasia.
Oh, wow.
Can I say that?
Yeah, you can say that. That's dark AF, but you can say that. What is your most used emoji? She's like, I have data. Hang on.
I think it's telling me recent. Number 1 on recent is the.
Yeah.
Which I think sums up like my general outlook on life.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Mine is the crying, laughing, tilted to the side.
That's true.
Yeah. What is the best item you have purchased during COVID?
Tweed.
I agree with that. That is the best item I think you purchased that I know about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bought a new laptop. I bought the new MacBook.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of important.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because now I have processing power and I can edit videos that don't crash every 5 minutes.
And that's important because it takes you so long to edit that like every 5 minutes really adds up.
Yes.
I bought this crepe pan, except I don't use it for crepes. It's like 10 inches. It's like a frying pan without sides. It's just flat.
Oh.
Man, do I use that more than any other thing I've ever used in my kitchen ever. I fry eggs on it. I make scallion pancakes on it. We fry bacon on it. Like anything that gets cooked. We warm tortillas with cheese on them so we can make tacos. Like, it's a good purchase. It is the most used item for sure. So, man, best $20 I ever spent.
Yeah.
The super controversial bonus question. Is a hot dog a sandwich? And why? Dissertation time. Okay.
That is the answer.
Okay, why?
I did the objective truth.
Okay. The why is the objective truth.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We give words to things to describe things for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
We call a hot dog because it brings to mind that thing. We call a sandwich because it brings to mind that thing. There's no reason why we have to get unnecessarily pedantic and complicated trying to convene two words that can theoretically mean both things, but just call a hot dog a hot dog. Oh,
is a square a rectangle?
No, a square is a square.
A square is a rectangle. By the definition of a rectangle, go look it up. We're talking about archaeologies of meaning. I'm leaving this in.
You're welcome to. Oh, all angles are 90 degrees.
A square, ma'am, is a rectangle.
But you wouldn't just come up and say, this thing is a rectangle. You'd call it a square because you're a logical human being and you want to be understood when you're speaking.
Sure, but I'm not asking about when you speak, are you going to call it that? I'm asking it, is this thing...
What's the point of words if you don't use them in speech?
Is a human a mammal?
Well, yes, because that's categorical.
This is categorical too.
A square and a rectangle are both shapes. They're not like categories.
A sandwich is a category of food item. I may actually convince her, people. It might happen right here because I'm throwing logic back at her.
No, because a hot dog is not a sandwich. It is not a type of sandwich. Like when you make the bread of sandwich, it's like it's horizontal.
Okay.
Put the bread on a hot dog, it's like this.
The Merriam-Webster definition says it's anything between two slices of bread or in a roll. A hot dog bun is a roll.
Can I say that's a crock of shit?
Yes. I'm going to title this Bernadette Banner and I Get in a Fight.
The objective truth says it's not.
Okay, that's fair. All right. Thank you for joining me today, Bernadette. And thank you to everyone for joining us. I will leave a list of Bernadette's accounts below. I have to calm down. I will leave a list of Bernadette's accounts below so that you can check her out and show her some love if you already aren't following her. If you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below about what you guys are up to, and I'll see you guys soon with another video. Bye, guys.
Bye.